Gingka. We're just at the very final stages of the men's snatch, the first half of this 76-kilo competition. And in fact, I can tell you the competition has just finished, because Yotov has decided that he's not going to take that third lift at 165 kilos, which was put on the board. And by my reckoning, subject to confirmation, we have a little bit of a surprise, because I think that in fact Yotov, with 160 kilos achieved, has taken the silver medal in the snatch phase, leaving his young companion, young teammate Georgi Gardev, only 20 years of age, from Sofia, as the gold medal winner. Now this is subject to confirmation. The reason, just quickly to explain, 160 kilos lifted by Georgi Gardev. He has a body weight of 75 kilos 60. Andrei Puchka of Germany, same weight, but he weighs 75-80, and Yotov of Bulgaria, 75-80 also. So just checking back here, Savchenko, the 94 champion on 76 kilos, he's heavier as well. The one man who might well have done it might be the injured man, Mehmet Yilmaz. There it is, just confirmation on your screen that in fact Yilmaz, despite getting injured, achieving that second lift, has taken the snatch gold, and that may be his compensation, because I fear he will take no part in the clean and jerk. Georgi Gardev, the younger of the two Bulgarians, gets the silver, and Yotov gets bronze. Its body weight there, you can see separating the two men, 0.2 of a kilo, with Puchka of Germany also finishing on 160. Ruslan Savchenko on the same figure, 160 kilos lifted, but I'm afraid the heavier weight has pushed him down the table. So it's a fascinating battle coming up for the clean and jerk competition. Pepechenov of Russia, 2 attempts at 157.5, couldn't do that. And the clean and jerk to follow in just a few moments. But this, the lift that took the gold medal in the snatch, but at the same time may have cost Mehmet of Turkey his chance of going further. You can see there he really buckles and collapses down on the floor. He really is in some pain. And he was a brave man to come out and even try the third lift, and perhaps foolish. Perhaps he would have done better to have saved himself for one clean and jerk attempt. See, he gets the bar up there, but it's not comfortable. It's his guts and bravery and strength that keeps it up there to get 3 white lights. And this is real determination. So that's the story of the snatch. We'll be back here on Eurosport for the clean and jerk competition after these messages. You join us live here at the very early stages of the clean and jerk phase of this men's 76-kilo competition. Some surprising results in the snatch. We'll catch up with those in a moment. But here's the young Pole, 22 years of age, Jerzy Jasniak, who's lifted successfully 175 kilos, now trying 182.5. 5 kilos below his reported personal best. This is a real test. He's got the clean. Each one of those red weights on either end, 25 kilos. And he's a gutsy individual. He really fought his way through the snatch, and he's fought again there. And well done, Jerzy. That's a good effort there. 182.5. And 5 kilos below his PB. He was well down the table in 9th place after the snatch, not really threatening to win any medals today. Some tough lifters in this class. 2 good Germans, 2 Bulgarians, and sadly a Turk who is going to take no further part. Now here's the young man who surprisingly took the medal in the snatch with 160 kilos, but he's one of the lighter men. He weighed in an hour and a half ago at 75 kilos 60, and by virtue of that lighter body weight, got the silver medal. Got 182 and a half on the bar. This is his second attempt. The first one he messed up. This time he's got it right. Good effort there. Got a junior world silver medal last year. And he was lifting 180 kilos then, so he's 2.5 kilos up on his efforts from 12 months ago. And like the snatch, he didn't get the first snatch and then made amends and ended up with that silver medal. Just some news on the Turk, Mehmet Yilmaz. You saw him just before the break go down in some pain. He lifted 160, but 160 kilos, his body weight 75 kilos 60 was good enough to give him the gold medal ahead of this young man. So some consolation for the Turk, who really hurt his back and will take no further part in the competition. And here's now the Russian, Oleg Prepechenov, another youngster, only 22. 152.5 kilos in the snatch. He failed 2 times at 157.5. Don't know a great deal about him, but this might be more his cup of tea. The clean and jerk, and 185. His first lift. Prepechenov, in fact, 21 years of age, not 22. Out of the junior competition. Go back to 1995, the junior Europeans in Beersheba in Israel got a bronze overall there, lifted 172.5, and here he is, well, what's that, 12.5 kilos up on his performance of 2 years ago, so making progress. Now here's the European champion of 1994, Ruslan Savchenko for the Ukraine, 25 years of age. 94, he lifted a total of 355 and clean and jerked 195 kilos. And now he's opening on 185. But he's looked to be in reasonable form. We haven't seen much of him for the past couple of seasons. World silver medalist back in 1993 in Melbourne. And that's a solid piece of lifting. The Ukraine can mark at these championships. The Turks, by far away the best team with 9 gold medals. Of course, medals given for the best snatch, the best clean and jerk, as well as the overall total, but the overall total is the most treasured of all the medals. And Savchenko really chucking that bar above his head, very solid base. First appearance in the clean and jerk phase of Ingo Steinhafel for Germany, 29 years of age, so bags of experience, asking for 185 on the bar. Frank Mantek, as ever, the mastermind of German weightlifting, just off in the wings. Steinhafel also a member of the all-conquering Chemnitz Club. That's opened his account in this phase. Bit disappointing in the snatch. Plan went astray. Lifted 155, but he failed at lifted 152.5, and then I went up to 157.5, but failed the second lift, and therefore on the third lift could just secure 157.5, which has left him a bit off the pace in terms of overall honours. And as he puts the bar down, on stage already is his teammate, and here he is, Andrei Butchka, with 180 kilos. Lifted successfully the first time. Butchka in 4th place, 160 kilos, so he's equal with Georgia Gardev, who's now the joint leader with Yoto Yotov of Bulgaria. the first part of this competition, so it really is nip and tuck. $185. Got 15 seconds in which to get this moving. Clean is okay. So 185. $185 will give him the lead in the clean and jerk competition. And he was 2.5 kilos behind Georgiy Gadev in terms of the total race. He's now on terms in when you add the two weights together, but again his problem is the fact that the young man is lighter. Władimir Szlebos of Poland. Third and final attempt at 185 kilos. Not the force he was. Best result in recent times, a fifth in the European Championships in 1995. But we haven't seen him in any sort of form like that for at least 12 months. Now, can he do this? No. Has to settle for 180. And whilst he goes off stage, let me just bring you up to date with a few absentees. Victor of Greece, well, he's absent. He was third in the European Championships last year. But like many of the Greek lifters who are not having a great time at these championships, he had a long layoff after the Atlanta Games, and they're really not in top form. They're going to compete, a lot of them, the likes of Piros Dimas and Kekasvili, in the Mediterranean Games at June in Bari in Italy. And another man not to join the competition today was Christos Spiro, the 20-year-old Greek. But in his case, he won the European Championships, the European Union Championship just a month ago in Finland. He injured an elbow in training in the gym here yesterday and had to pull out, so that's bad luck. The other absentee is the man who took the silver medal last year. That's Sergei Filiminov of Russia. Just talking to them, the reason he's not here, simply hasn't delivered the goods. The results have not been good enough to earn him an aeroplane ticket to Croatia. So here's Jerzy Jasniak of Poland. The Poles who've done pretty well in this category. It was Waldemir Kozinski who took the title last year, and before there was Andrzej Kozlowski. 187.5 to equal his personal best, if he can do this. Not quite. The strength deserted him, the courage certainly didn't. He's quite a character. And 182.5 to go with the 140 that he lifted in the snatch gives him a total of 322.5. So now Georgiy Gadev, you can see for yourself, he's got 182.5. He's now looking for a 5 kilo increase, 187.5 on the board for this promising youngster just recently out of junior ranks. And he really does stick at the task. And very happy. He's got a silver medal in his pocket for the snatch. And where he'll end up in terms of the clean and jerk and the overall total, we'll have to wait and see. But 187.5, plus of course the snatch, gives him 247, I should say 347. Sorry about the maths. And remember, this is a man who's just lifted 187.5 kilos, and he weighs 75 kilos at 60. So more than twice his body weight on that bar. And at the moment, he has the lead. But a way to go. Still, Yoto Yotov of Bulgaria, he is much more experienced teammate to open his account in a clean and jerk. And really interesting to see what Yoto Yotov does, and here is the man himself. He took 2 lifts, 155 and 160 in the snatch, then asked for 165, but never actually took his third and final lift. In fact, the clock ran out. So he found himself in the medal position because he had exactly the same weight as Yilmaz Mehmet of Turkey and Gardev, his younger teammate. So he's really got to pile on the kilos now. And he's got 190 of them on that bar. Sports instructor on Pernik, Olympic silver medalist in 92 and 96, and Yotov, good strong opening there. He has an amazing record. He hasn't been out of the first 2 in the World Championship since 1989. And the European title, he won the European title in 1990, 1991, again in 1993 and 1994. That was at 70 kilos. He's, of course, in the 76 kilo category now. But he is an amazingly consistent lifter. He really is one of the talents. 28th birthday yesterday. Is he going to taking another European title? That would be the appropriate way to celebrate, wouldn't it? 190 kilos he's got, and now Savchenko, as Yotov gets the nod from the judges, 3 white lights, puts it down, and here is Savchenko, the 94 champion, at 76 kilos, trying 190 for his second lift. Savchenko, who certainly has lifted 200 in his time, but I doubt he's going to take a 10 kilo increase if he gets this. Yes, he's going to be there. Very good. So 190. Also in the snatch phase ended up on 160 kilos. There were actually 5 men on that weight, and body weight deciding all of the positions and the medal. So the next man to come in will be Ingo Steinhafel of Germany. Olympic silver medalist Steinhafel. Here he is, back in 1988. Terrific servant to German weightlifting. European Championships, never actually won the title. He's been bronze medalist in 1989. Go back to 1987, he was actually junior European silver medalist. He's been very close. This is 190 still on the bar here. And he's getting it right now. But the next lift, all important, because he's behind after the snatch. Only lifted 157.5, which left him 2.5 kilos off the pace and behind his own teammate. But he does have one more lift. Steinhafel, who was world champion in the snatch in 1994 in Istanbul, and finished 6th in the Olympic Games behind Pablo Lara of Cuba. Now here's Pochka, teammate. He was also in the Olympic Games, finished 10th in this category. 7.5 kilos behind Steinhafel in Atlanta, but they're very much on terms now. So Pochka going for a third and final lift at 190. To go with the 160 of the snatch would give him a total of 350 if he gets it. And it's not to be. 185 is what he's got to go with the 160, and he ends up on 245. Or 345, I should say, and that is behind Georgi Gardev of Bulgaria, who has 347.5, and currently leads, having taken all his 3 lifts. Ingo Steinhafel prowls around, and here comes Prepachenov. Prepachenov, who got 185, so look at this, he's sat waiting to go for a 7.5 kilo increase. And this would be remarkable. 2 years ago in the Junior Europeans, he clean and jerked 172.5 kilos, so this would be a 20 kilo improvement in 2 years. Seconds. Gets it going just in time. No. Really felt the weight of that bar across his shoulders. He does have one more chance. So at the moment, it's Georgi Gardev with 347.5, who's finished ahead of Andrei Puchka, but still Prepachenov has got a third lift, but Savchenko and Yotov very much in this competition for major honors. Both of them have got 190. Yotov has arguably got the best chance because he's got 2 lifts left, whereas Savchenko's only got 1. And the same applies to Ingo Steinhafel. He has only 1 lift. Now what's Mantek going to do? Is he going to hold him back or let him go? Just trying to quickly work out the maths here. 192.5 for Ingo Steinhafel, and that's what he's going for. This would give him a total of 350. And 350 would be good enough to give him the lead for the moment. So really important lift here. Could well be for a medal. Should be for a medal. And he's fought his way back to get 3 white lights. 192.5. And Ingo Steinhafel of Germany takes the lead.
On the platform, number 1,
been a little wobbly, this series of 6 lifts. But finally, pulling it off, having the strength there, just and the determination to fight his way to keep that bar over his head.
Quicksilver and Eurosport offer you the chance to win a trip for 2 to Hawaii. Runners-up will receive a Quicksilver jacket. To discover the surface paradise, call the Eurosport hotline now. And good luck.
The bar still the same. You can see that top left of your screen. That's the weight they're attempting, 192.5 for the Russian. But he was below Steinhafel after the snatch. He was 5 kilos behind, so Steinhafel would still be ahead of the Russian, even if he makes this. And perhaps a little too ambitious to take that 7.5 kilo increase. You can see there he will drop back. 185 kilos is all he registers for the clean and jerk, and the disappointment also registered on his face there. So we have 2 men competition in this clean and jerk 76 kilo category. Germans are happy. They've got something out of this competition, and at half-time it was looking a little different. But here's Yotov. Now he's got 350, and so has Savchenko. The bar has gone up to 195. So this would give him 355 kilos. He lifted 360 in Atlanta. And he would still have 1 more lift left. And Savchenko waiting in the wings, and he'll be watching the TV monitor in the warm-up room, or at least his coaches will, to see whether Yotov pulls this off. Nice clean, very efficient. Oh! So Yotov feeling the weight of the bar on the split. Now, has that opened the door for Savchenko? The bar at 195. And Ruslan Savchenko of the Ukraine coming on to the stage now, 195 kilos, to try and take the lead. He would have also 355 if he gets this lift. Now, the importance of this is that Savchenko weighed in at 76 kilos. Yotov at 75.80. So Savchenko is the heavier man. So in a sense, he's going to have to hope that if he gets this, that Yotov cannot lift 195. This could well be for the gold medal. No. So, fortunes swaying backwards and forwards. He ends with 190 in the clean and jerk, gives him a total of 350. Now, the interesting thing is that Savchenko has 350, so has Ingo Steinhafel, but Steinhafel is the lighter of the 2 men and into silver. And Yotov coming on the stage now. In simple terms, if he lifts this 195, he will have 355 and will take the title. If he doesn't, then Ingo Steinhafel could well end up as European champion at 76 kilos. 195 for a total of 355. It's all about the overall title. Makes no mistake this time, gets 195 to give himself a total of 355, and the Olympic silver medalist becomes the European champion at 76 kilos for 1997, with Ingo Steinhafel of Germany in the silver medal position, ahead of Ruslan Savchenko of the Ukraine, will take the bronze. Those weights and positions to be confirmed. But you can see Yotov, who's been a model of consistency, only took 2 attempts in the snatch. Found himself in bronze medal position in that particular division of this event. But good enough to come through in the clean and jerk to take the gold with 195, 5 kilos below his Atlanta weight of 200. But the 2 weights combined, putting him clear for this 76 kilo championship in Rijeka. So just looking at Ingo Steinhafel, he might have felt a bit sad about that, because he's been close enough to winning the title a few times, but there always seems to be one man better, and once again that's been the story today. There it is, Yotov with the clean and jerk in first place. Steinhafel of Germany getting the clean and jerk silver, 192.5, just 2.5 kilos behind. Very important there that he had that 195 Yotov, because he would have slipped back behind Steinhafel if he hadn't done that. And Savchenko likewise 190, and Steinhafel generally deserving that silver medal. Georgi Gardev, the young Bulgarian, promising display here for the future. In ninth place there you can see Fatu of Romania, who was the best of the B group of athletes who competed earlier today. And off and out of the table is the Turk Mehmet Yilmaz, who took the gold in the snatch, which you saw earlier, but in so doing injured his back and was unable to take any further part in the clean and jerk. These are the final results. The overall goal going to Yotov 355, 5 kilos ahead of Ingo Steinhafel, with Ruslan Savchenko the overall bronze. So Yotov, yet another European championship title. The last time he was European champion was in 1994. That was at 70 kilos. Today he's the champion at 76 kilos. And Ingo Steinhafel of Germany, the overall silver medal, just looking at, I think it's 1987 since he was in silver medal position. And Savchenko, the champion of 1994, today the bronze medalist. But he's been absent from the major competitions, so a good performance by him. And there, once again, just to point out that Fatu of Romania, the best of those who competed earlier in the day. Well, there's still plenty to come here on Eurosport. We'll be back at 8 o'clock